Hi everyone, I'm Malik, and in this video we are going to talk about the present perfect tense. We are going to talk about how to form the present perfect tense and how to use the present perfect tense. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so now let's see how to form the present perfect tense with regular verbs. So we put have or has depend on the pronoun. With I, they, you, and me, we use have, and with he, she, and it, we use has. So it is have or has plus the past participle, and in order to make the past participle, we add an ed to the infinitive form of the verb. For example, they have walked, they have marked the tests, he has cleaned the tables. So you're going to be careful from verbs ending in an e, for example, live, close, etc. So here we put have or has plus the past participle, but here we add an d to the verb in order to make the past participle. For example, he has closed the windows, they have wiped the floor. And you're going to be careful from verbs ending in an y and preceded by constant. For example, spy, study, etc. So in that case, the y becomes an I. For example, we studied hard. They cried a lot. So now let's see how to form the past participle, the present participle, with irregular verbs. So here we put have or has plus the past participle, but here the past participle have unique present perfect forms. For example, she has bought some new clothes. So the infinitive form of brought is to buy, and we have ran the marathon. The infinitive form of ran is to run. Okay, so now let's see the question form in the present perfect tense. With regular verbs, we put have or has plus the past participle, which is an ed added to the infinitive form of the verb. For example, has she talked to him yet? Have you kicked the ball? And with irregular verbs, we put have or has plus the past participle, which have unique present perfect form. For example, has she quit her job yet? Have you ever driven a car? So now let's see the negative form in the present perfect tense. With regular verbs, we put have or has plus not, which we can contract it into haven't or hasn't, plus the past participle, which an ed added to the verb. For example, it hasn't rained since Friday. They haven't closed the windows. With irregular verbs, we put have or has plus not, which we can contract it into hasn't or haven't, plus the past participle, which have unique present perfect forms. For example, she hasn't quit her job yet. So the infinitive form of quit is to quit. They haven't paid for dinner. So the infinitive form of paid is to pay. Okay, so now let's see how to use the present perfect tense. So the first use that it is express an idea that something happened before now, at an unspecific time in the past, and the time isn't important. For example, they have moved into a new apartment. So it isn't important when they had moved into a new apartment, the important part that they had moved into a new apartment. Have you ever visited Mexico? So it is important whether they visited or not visited Mexico, but it isn't important when they had visited Mexico. The second use is that it is also expressed a repetition of an action before now. The exact time of each repetition isn't important. For example, I have flown on an airplane many times. Okay? The last use is when used with for or since, also express a situation that began in the past and still continued in the present. For example, I have been there since 7 o'clock. So in 7 o'clock, he came to the place and he's still in the place since 7 o'clock. I have known him for many years. So many years ago, I had known him, and now I have been knowing him until now. Okay? So this is the end of the lesson. I hope you like it. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss another video. Thank you for watching and goodbye.